Hey friends, welcome back. We are on day 6 of our 10 days of Holy Yoga challenge, and I hope you've enjoyed it this far. Today we are going to focus on backbends, and what I love about backbends is they bring so much energy to the body, so it's a good refresher for the body, but also some clarity to the mind. So I recommend that you do these when you're really warmed up in the middle of your day, or maybe even towards the end part of your day, not necessarily right before bed. So if you're looking for some more energy or just some clarity in your mind, these are great. The scripture that I love so much that came to mind when I thought about backbends is in Psalms 23, when it talks about how the Lord leads us to still waters and He provides restoration for our souls. So when we do backbends, that's exactly what we're doing, is we're restoring, we're reversing and rewinding all of the forward movements that we do all day. So driving and sitting and holding babies, we're actually opening up our chest and our back to bring that restoration to our bodies and again to our minds. Like I said before, you want to be nice and warm before you start to move into your backbend practice. So I'm going to lead you through a couple of sun salutations that are going to help really warm you up. But depending on what part of the day you're practicing, I want to invite you to pause this video and then go through maybe 5 to 10 more sun salutations just to make sure the spine is nice and warm. So meeting in downward facing dog, go ahead and start to bend those knees and reach your chest towards your thighs. So your heels are lifted here, so you're kind of in this crouching position. Fingertips are spread wide and pressing into your mat. Ears are between your biceps, so really feel this opening in your shoulders and upper back. Good. Start to straighten that left leg, leaving that right knee bent. Lift the hips into the sky, straight back. Good. Exhale and switch. Left knee bends, right knee straightens. So you're still kind of crouching in this position, so your ribs might be brushing the top of that thigh. Good. Inhale, and on the exhale, switch. Nice. Really just starting to open the upper back, shoulders, backs of the legs. Nice job. When you're ready, you can just come back to your downward facing dog. And then go ahead and step those feet up to meet your hands. And just fold. Again, knees can be slightly bent here. Just letting everything go. Feel this rounding in your upper back and a release in your lower back and your neck. Good. So from here, you can straighten the knees or not. We're going to lift halfway into a standing table and plant your hands on your shins. Maybe you can keep them on the floor today. It's up to you. And then press into your shins, and then feel the opening happening in your spine as you create a space between the top of your head and your tailbone. So inhale, get really tall in your spine. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold deeper as you round, like an exaggerated round over those thighs and knees. Again, knees bent or straightened here. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper into your forward fold. So you're really just kind of taking some like standing cat-cows here. Inhale, reach the chest towards your mat as you flatten your back. And then exhale, fold. Nice job. Tuck your chin into your chest and roll up one vertebrae at a time into your standing posture. Good work. We're going to go through those sun salutations now. So when you're ready, sweep those hands all the way overhead. Big breath in. And at the top of your mountain pose, go ahead and take a slight back bend here. Just wherever you're comfortable, wherever you're at today. Just feeling a little bit of flexibility happening in that low and middle back, maybe looking up. Good, take a big breath in, plant those palms together, and then with a flat back, dive forward, and then start to round over your knees as you come to the bottom of your fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper as you round the upper back. Nice job, let's do that again. So go ahead and this time just sweep those hands all the way up overhead, big breath in. Take a baby back bend at the top, planting your palms together. Exhale, diving forward with a flat back. Once you get about 85% of the way there, go ahead and just let go and round over those knees. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold, round. One more time. Go ahead and sweep those hands all the way overhead. Big breath in, just really enjoying these breaths. This is also bringing energy to your body. Good. When you're ready with the flat back, we're diving forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold deeper. Nice job. Go ahead and plant those hands and step those feet back into plank, option with the knees up or down. And when you're ready, go ahead and lower about 3/4 of the way down and then press straight back up, keeping your chin parallel with your mat, maybe even looking up slightly. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. So option to keep those thighs on your mat for this first back bend on our mat. Nice job. Tuck those toes and then start to lift the hips for downward facing dog. Good. We're going to go through that 3 more times. Big breath in for your vinyasa plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press straight back up. Flip the feet so that you're resting the tops of the feet on your mat. Open the chest. Release the low back. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press straight back up. Flip the feet. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. Nice job. We're gonna actually work our way, or actually go ahead and drop your knees to your mat. Coming into a gentle kneeling pose here. So when you're ready, option here, you guys, to roll up your mat and place it underneath your knees for a little bit of support, if that's what you need today. Good. So from here, starting in your kneeling position, we're just gonna place our hands on our low back and just slightly look up. So put a little pressure on your low back, like you're pressing your hips towards the front of your mat. Look up and breathe. Good, so you can stay here. This might be plenty of back bending for you. So stay here if this is where you're at today. Maybe you tuck those toes to lift the heels, and then with one hand, press your hips towards the front of your mat. You're going to naturally want to kind of take the hips with you, but we want to really focus on pressing the hips forward. So maybe you take that right hand to that right heel, again, pressing those hips forward, and then maybe you lift the left hand into the sky for half camel. Stay here for 2 breaths. Once you're in this posture, again, pressing your hips forward, but then start to release your glute muscles. Good, engage your core, so knit your ribs together and switch to the left side. So left hand comes to the left heel, reaching the right hand high for 2 breaths. Good, so you guys can do this. You can switch back and forth for another 1 time on each side, or option to bring both hands to both heels. Again, pressing those hips forward, releasing the glutes. Maybe you look up slightly. Maybe you just keep your gaze forward. 1 more breath. Good, so wherever you're at, place both hands on your low back and then come back to that kneeling position. We're gonna take the top of our head to our mat to counterbalance this camel pose. So option to reach back for those heels and really release that low back. Nice job. So go ahead and come all the way up, back to kneeling. We're gonna do it 1 more time. I'm gonna let you decide which variation of camel you would like to take. So you can stay right here, just pressing those hips forward. You can take 1 side at a time, or you can take both sides. Wherever you're at, find that space for 3 full breaths. Opening the chest, opening the heart. This is bringing clarity to your mind, energy to your body. Good, when you're ready, plant those hands on the low back, help yourself come back to kneeling, and then take that rabbit pose. Good, so from here, go ahead and come back into that kneeling position. This time we're gonna take our hands and place them on our mat with our shoulders stacked on top of our wrists. Reach those feet back into plank pose Lower down, flow through a little vinyasa here with your breath. Notice how your up dog feels now after those camel poses. Good, so from here, go ahead and just start to lower your thighs and then take your chest all the way to your mat. Looking forward, so we don't want to be looking down and we don't want to be looking too far up. Our chin is nice and parallel with our mat. So you can stay right here and just feel this upper back and low back bend. Option to take those hands back towards your hips, reaching towards the back of your mat, holding your chest up. Now the temptation here is you're going to want to hold your breath. I want to invite you to breathe. Good, and then go ahead and lower your cheek, your right cheek to your mat, and then shake those hips side to side. Nice job. Go ahead and inhale, lift the chest, pressing maybe a little higher this time. This time, if it's available, go ahead and lift those feet off your mat. You're still looking forward and you're still breathing. One more breath. Beautiful job. Go ahead and plant your left cheek, shake those hips side to side, and really feel that release in your low back. Good, this time I'm gonna invite you to go ahead and reach back for that right ankle. And if it's available, and go ahead and reach for the left. So again, your posture from the ribs up is kind of the same, so you're just looking forward. You're resting on the bottom part of your ribs. So option to stay here, this may be plenty of back bend for you. Option to start to lift the thighs off your mat, keeping the heels flexed, reaching towards the ceiling. One more breath. Good, release. And then go ahead and let your cheek find your mat and rock side to side. Nice job. One more time. So you can take that locust pose that we started with. You can take your Sphinx pose right here with your forearms on your mat. Or you can take that full bow or half bow posture. I'm gonna let you decide 3 breaths wherever you're at. Here we go. Inhale, bend the back, lift the chest, breathe. Maybe you get a little more height on those feet wherever you're at. And then release. Good. Cheek comes to the mat, rock side to side. Nice job. When you're ready, go ahead and come back into child's pose and rest here for 3 full breaths. Continuing with these deep inhales and deep exhales, really bringing that energy and oxygen back into your body, into your mind. Good, so we're gonna finish our practice out with a little more movement today, and then we're gonna come back to our mats and just find rest. So when you're ready, plant those hands, press the feet into your mat, lifting the hips for downward facing dog. Good, take a big breath in, and as you exhale, let's find our way to the top of our mat in forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, big breath in. Exhale, fold. Good, nice and slow and fluid, like you're working your way through water or sand, reaching those hands all the way overhead. Inhale, take a baby back bend at the top, and this time we're gonna go side to side. So come back to neutral spine, reach for the left wrist, and then bend towards the right. Feel this really big stretch on the left ribs. Good, come back to center. Inhale, take a baby back bend. And then back to neutral spine, and then exhale over to the left. Beautiful, come back to center, last back bend, inhale. Exhale, fold, round the back. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, step those feet back to your plank pose, drop the knees, and come into child's pose. And this is where we're gonna end our practice today, in a very restorative and receptive pose. So maybe you just flip those palms up just to receive the new life, the new breath, and the restoration that is yours. You can stay here and breathe as long as you wish. So you've rolled up your mat and you've taken care of your body, but are you taking care of your mind and your heart? In a season where I found myself completely overwhelmed and anxious with day-to-day life, I recognized that something was missing. And that something was daily routine and self-care and love. So over the next few months, I began to build new habits, a new routine, and some consistency that really brought life back into my heart, into my mind, and into my body. And I want to share that with you. Head on over to dailysoulcare.com and grab your free copy today.